Did you say that 2024 was going to be the year that you are going to go live? You're going to start leveraging the power of video to build your personal brand and get more visibility so that way you can stay in your own lane or stand out in your own lane. Well, today I'm going to be chatting with you all about how to harness the power of video, specifically live streams for storytelling and building that personal brand. Because remember that live video is not about presentations or how-tos all the time, but it's really about conversations and whatnot. So, hey everybody, hello. I have not been on here in a minute, but I'm here now, and I am going to be bringing you this information. So if you are here, let me know that you are here. I am going to be checking my phone so I can see. There we go. So I have my phone here so that people know that I'm here, and I can make sure that I see comments because sometimes they don't come here. But if you are new to me and you do not know who I am Alicia Henderson, and I am a video and personal branding strategist for women executives, consultants, and business owners that want to leverage video on LinkedIn so they can build a personal brand that brings them in speaking opportunities, clients, and help them to make more income. And I help you to position yourself as that thought leader and authority by leveraging video here on the platform. So a little bit about me before we get started. I have over 400 live videos. They're not all here on LinkedIn, but I do have them over on Facebook, whether it's my business page, the groups that I hosted over there, and a few over on Instagram. So that's what qualifies me to teach you guys about live video. And I have been doing this since live video was out. So if you remember the Periscope days, that is when I've been doing it. So let me move this up a little bit here. And if you are here live, let me know. Use hashtag live. Let me know where you're watching from. And if you are a replay viewer, let me know you're watching the replay by using hashtag replay, and then let me know where you're watching from. So we're talking about harnessing the power of video, leveraging live streams and stories for your visibility. And this is a great topic because LinkedIn has been encouraging members and users to use LinkedIn video, LinkedIn Live, to post more video since the pandemic. And our whole lives have been, I guess you could say, taken over, maybe inundated, whether it's positive or negative for you. Video has been really here, and it's not going anywhere. Depending on what platform you're on, you see it a lot, whether it's on Instagram or TikTok or whatever the case is, and hopefully TikTok doesn't go away. But we're using it, and we're using it to spread our message, to grow our brand, to build that thought leadership. And one of the quickest ways for you to build your thought leadership is, especially for consultants and women executives, is through video. You can post a carousel post, and I like them and I don't like them, because I don't like when people create 20 of them, because by the seventh or one, I'm not scrolling anymore. I'm not doing it. If you create those long-winded carousel posts, it's the same thing for me. If you create a long-winded LinkedIn post, I'm not reading that mess, because why? Too many things are trying and pulling for my attention. I've got kids, I've got a husband, I have clients, I've got a dog, there's maybe Amazon coming up, there's all these things that are happening, and I'm done. So if you didn't get your message across by like the seventh or ninth one, I'm out, even though they could be the greatest designed ones, and it could be a topic that I really want to know about. I'm not interested in going past so many. So if you love to do carousel posts, here's a suggestion. Remember, you have to keep your audience's attention. And by having something be a lot of content in one thing, they're probably not going to remember, and they're probably going to, scroll off. So if you can condense it, that's better. And remember that the quality of content is better than the quantity. So that's just a little sidebar there. So let's get back to harnessing the power of live streams. So we know that video, specifically live video, is all about, building genuine relationships, connecting with your audience, fostering authenticity, That's what it's about, and it's doing it in real time. So one thing, if you ever follow me, watch any of my videos, connect, have a conversation with me, I always tell you that any video is a conversation, but specifically live video. Why? Because we're in real time. So I can see your comments, I can see what's happening, I can see the things that you're doing. And you can see what I'm saying, you can see my emotions, you can see my expressions, you can hear the inflection of my voice in real time. So if you're commenting something and I read the comment while I'm speaking, then that means we're having a back and forth. We're having that conversation. And it's a genuine session of sharing insights or showcasing something that's behind the scenes, or just really, again, having that conversation. I know that a lot of times, and I know LinkedIn News, they've done this too, where they do live video and they'll do like a presentation with slides and stuff like that. That's not necessary, okay? So if you think, oh, I have to do a live video and it has to have slides and it has to be, a how-to all the time, it's not. No, I do like how-tos for a live video. I don't like them for just regular recorded video, but we'll get into that maybe in another live stream. But this is a great way to have conversation. So as I mentioned before, and you'll see me, and I'm doing this as a good example, is I'll ask you questions and then I'll tell you to comment below. So again, if you caught that I've been live streaming since 2015 really with Periscope, and you remember Periscope, in the comments put that little chick peep, I guess you would, I don't know, emoji, let me know in the comments below. But that's how long I've been doing this. So that's why I'm able to tell you, like, I've created my own formula for live videos. And when you stick to a formula that's similar and you run your live videos, you have the option of, knowing what to do. So we're going to explore all these things when it comes to live video and whatnot. But I just want to let you know ahead of time that live video is a conversation. So even if you're watching the replay and you're like, okay, if I'm asking a question or you have something, you got an insight or a aha moment, let me know in the comments. So that way I know that this resonated with you. So again, remember that the power of live streams is all about real-time connection, fostering authenticity, building genuine relationships, having conversations. It's allowing you and I to engage in a meaningful way, so that way I know that you're feeling the content I'm dropping, and that way you know that I hear you, that I'm not just talking whatever, and that the stuff that you say, it is important and it matters to me. So that's why you want to use live video. And again, me personally, and I'll just share my own results from live video. I remember when I would have live videos that I've done, and then all of a sudden 6 months to a year later, I'm still getting comments on the live videos and just any video that I've done from people who have now decided to watch what I'm talking about because it interests them. And then they'll comment on one video, then the next I'm getting a comment on another video and another video, which lets me know they went down the rabbit hole and the content that I've been dropping for them resonates and they like it. When you have people who do that, that lets you know that they are an easier person to connect with and become your client, because they're letting you know they enjoy the content and they also really enjoy you, and you're selling you. So remember that. So we want to make sure that we understand the power of video, what's it for, and all those things. So video is also a great way to, amplify your voice and other people's voices. When you leverage live video, you are sharing your expertise, as well as if you're interviewing someone else, you're showcasing and sharing theirs too. So it's like a two-way street. You both benefit from it. And when you're interviewing someone or you're having someone come on, it is just a fun, friendly conversation that can foster engagement and the conversation with everyone. Now, one thing I want to say, the difference between LinkedIn live video and LinkedIn events or LinkedIn audio events, that you can watch the replay here. So when I say use hashtag replay and let me know where you're watching from, it's because I know that people can watch the replay. With an audio event, they can't. So they can't go back and listen unless you recorded it. They can't go back and take notes if they wanted to, because it didn't record. And LinkedIn hasn't gotten the the memo. I was going to say the brain cells, but that probably wouldn't be nice. They haven't got the memo that they should, give the option to record, because that would be better. So for those people who love to use LinkedIn audio events, I know that it's a great way to establish that authority, that thought leadership. It would probably be more beneficial to do it as a podcast, because you can then, you can put it on iTunes, Spotify, all those things, and then people can listen at their leisure and take notes if they needed to, or whatnot, and then they can come back to you on social and be like, oh, I love this because X, Y, and Z, especially if you have a post specifically for that episode. So that is one of those things that why I always push, and I let my audience know and my clients know, hey, LinkedIn Live is video is the way to go, because people can watch it in real time. They can watch it as a replay. They can comment. They can have that conversation, and it doesn't stop. And also when people comment or engage with the live video, it shows up on others' news feeds, because it says this person, like this and whatnot and all the things. So there you go. So again, real time, we can foster relationships. We can show who we are. We are building that brand. So you're seeing you're hearing that person's voice. You're seeing their face. You're watching their mannerisms. You're getting to know them. And that is a big factor when it comes to, know, like, and trust, or like, know, and trust, or however it goes. It's a big, big thing, because people are nosy. People are nosy, and people want to connect with folks that are relatable. And they also want to know that if they hire you, how it's going to be working with you. And one of the ways to do that is to hear this person's voice, to see their mannerisms, and to watch them. And when you leverage the power of video, you are really cutting down the customer journey when it comes to someone making that decision to work with you, because you're showing your expertise and you're coming on and saying, hey, I know how to have a conversation, and I am an expert in what it is that I do. So because I know how to have a conversation with you, you know that it's not going to be like pulling teeth to get information from me, or for me to have, tell you what's going on in the project or whatever it is that I'm doing. Or as a women executive, I can represent this company and this organization in a way that is going to amplify all of us. So you definitely want to leverage live video for that. So that is why you want to leverage the power of live streams. Now, one thing about me is that I'm not going to keep anyone here for an hour. That is not what I recommend for any live video, whether it's me here by myself, a solo one, you doing a solo one, or an interview. We have to remember again that people are being pulled away. Their intention is pulled all the time. Now, that's why I love LinkedIn video, because they can come and watch at their leisure. It's a replay. They can start and stop anytime they want to. But just because we know this doesn't mean that we take all this time to give information. So if you didn't know, I am already into one of my key points, which was the power of live streams. And I'm telling you why you want to use live streaming, because it offers that unique opportunity for a real-time conversation and a real-time audience. So I don't normally go into step 1, step 2, step 3. I just start telling you because, again, this is not a presentation and whatnot. This is just a conversation. So did you catch all that? Let me know in the comments below. So one thing I will say for those of you who struggle or you're not comfortable with live video and you think it has to be perfect, it does not have to be perfect. One thing I'm doing right now is I'm slowing down how I am talking, because I know that I talk very fast. So I catch myself if I'm speaking really fast, I calm myself down and I slow what I'm saying down. Another thing is, this is hydration. This is what you need. I got this from Mom 2.0 last year when I was a guest speaker talking about leveraging video for your personal brand on LinkedIn. That's what I talked about. So they asked me to talk about. So hydration is key. So you're going to see me hydrate. Don't think that you cannot do this while you're on live video. You can. The reason why is because you're talking. So anytime you're doing a live video, have that water there. Anytime you're recording regular video, you want to hydrate so you can keep your energy up, because that is going to help you with delivering your content. So I am going to go to my next point. And one thing about live video is that I have normally sticky notes. So I'll have something like this, and it's around my computer, and it will say like, this is, you know, one, that means this is what I want to talk about. Two, I want to talk about. Three. Right now I'm just reading off a Google Doc because keeping myself together. You don't need to have a script when you are sharing stories or sharing your content on LinkedIn Live. That is one of the most things I want you to catch for this. It's not a presentation, and I'll say that a million times. That is not a presentation. So let's talk about crafting compelling stories. This is very important when you are on live video. I don't know if you noticed that I've already told a few stories or a few little tidbits for my personal branding or my personal story while I have been chatting with you. So one of those things that I told you about was that I have spoken at, Mom 2.0, which is an organization for moms who are influencers, business owners, and they come together and they talk about, mom life while being, an influencer or a business owner and whatnot, and we share our expertise there. Now, we're not talking about, that mompreneur mentality. We're talking about like, we are go-getter women and we're doing this. We're taking, names. We're bosses. This is what we do. So that was one of the things that I shared. And I also shared a little bit about how I started off on Periscope for my first live stream. And let me tell you, if you haven't heard this, I'll just briefly tell you, I started my first live stream on Periscope and I did not have a clue of what to do. I looked like a deer caught in headlights. I just thought I was going to get up and start talking about something. And, back then I was a visibility and business strategist. So I have many years in business. I started my first business in I would say 2019, but it's not. It's 2009 because my daughter was a year old, my oldest daughter, and she's now learning how to drive. She's now sweet 16. So I started my first business back then, and I was trying to figure out how to be visible and whatnot. And I learned through LinkedIn. Actually, I built that business on LinkedIn. I had a medical billing agency, and we did medical billing for doctors all over the United States. It was very successful, but I got tired of doing it because I wasn't able to have any breathing room because I was always on the phone. So I decided, hey, let me take what I know about building a business, because I had a lot of women asking me how I was able to do it, especially women who had medical billing companies. And I said, okay, this is how I did it, and this is how you can do it too. So I started sharing marketing things. And I said, well, why would I keep doing this on my time, having these calls with people when I didn't have a business at the time to be a business strategist? But I'm like, okay, let's just start making money from this and transition. So that's what I did. I transitioned in 2015, sold the business in 2016, and I haven't looked back. But I learned to do the marketing and get the right clients as a business strategist by leveraging video to do so. So I would go live, and I thought I saw all these other people online. I'm in all these women business groups. People are using Periscope. They had this little tweet sound, and then it's when you knew that people were going live on Periscope. So we would all run over there and we'd watch people share their knowledge and their expertise over on Periscope. So I thought, why not? Why not? Why not I do it too? So I did it, and the first one was horrific. And I even took a screenshot because I'd have it to where it's the day that I did it, and I'll share it on LinkedIn in a post. It was terrible. I didn't have a plan. I didn't know what I was going to say. I just got up there and started talking, and no one showed up, which was fine for me because I didn't make an announcement. I didn't have a plan. I didn't have a set schedule. No one knew that I was going to go live. I just thought, hey, I'm going to do it. And I went live for 5 minutes and stumbled through my words and then hit end. And then I deleted it off of Periscope because you could stay up there for a certain amount of time. And then I did it again right afterwards because I'm thinking, now I know what to say. Now I know what to do after I've hit live and all those things. And it was a little bit better. And I wish I could find them because you could send them to your phone. And maybe one day I will. But it was a mess. It was a mess. So I told you that story to let you know that if I can now show up and have over 400, probably close to 500 live videos, you can too. Anyone can do this with the right strategy, knowing what they want to say beforehand, preparing, making sure they know who their audience is, making sure the content they're sharing is something that their audience really wants to know, because that's a big mistake I see some of my clients make, is that when they're showing up on video, they're either not knowing what their audience wants or talking about things that they think the audience wants to know, and they have no idea the audience doesn't care about that. Or when they're coming up online, they're sharing, they don't put their personality in it, and it's boring, and there's a whole bunch of other stuff. So we work on that. But when you're leveraging live video and any video, you want to make sure that you are storytelling. Storytelling is important because it shows that where someone can be and where they are today. It shows that, okay, this person started off here, but now they've gone through the trenches and they know where they could be. You could tell a story about yourself. You could tell a story about your client. You can tell a story about an organization. You can tell a story about how you came up with something. These stories should be compelling. They take people along a journey. They take people along an experience, and they also share an expertise that resonates with the audience. So when you craft that, you also humanize yourself, you humanize your brand, and you make and create deeper connections for your viewers. Does that sound good? I mean, I don't like watching any video. I tell you right now, a lot of times if I see a video and the hook ain't hooking, I'm off. If they take too long to get to the content, I'm off. If you notice, I didn't take a long time to dive in. I didn't even say, hey Cheryl, hey Carol, hey Tanya, hey Ty. I didn't do all those hey girl heys in the beginning. Now I used to, but now I don't, because I know that the audience here on LinkedIn doesn't really care so much for that. If I had a lot of people on here and I could see your names, then I would do that, but I don't see that there. So that's why why I didn't do it. So I learned that over the years, depending on what platform you're on, those people don't want that. Like on LinkedIn, my audience doesn't really care for the shout outs. On Facebook and Instagram, oh girl, shout it up. Like shout everybody out if you want to. But then the shout outs take 2 to 5, 10 minutes and we're not even into the content and people leave. So that's another reason why, you leave. Or I leave. Now I don't know why it is, why you leave a video. You let me know in the comments why you would leave a video. Again, I can see what the title of the video is, but if the hook ain't hooking, I don't care. If you take too long to the content, I don't care. I remember when I was watching a Facebook Live by someone, and she was sharing all these things because she was supposedly making all this money, and people wanted to know why she did it, and she didn't. It took her 20 minutes after the introduction and the shout outs to start her content or the meat of her presentation or a live video, and then she still didn't tell us why or how she was able to do this. And I told my business bestie Tanya, I'm like, don't go on so-and-so's live video, because they're not going to tell you what they did to make money. They're not going to tell you, I don't know if they want us to come back for the next one, but baby, I'm not coming back for the next one because you done wasted my time already. Was it Facebook ads? Was it, having your Facebook group? Was it your email list? What was it? And I don't care. So there was no story. Like, the storytelling left out the details. So we want to make sure that we are telling stories that build a deeper connection. And what I just shared with you let you know that I am someone that is direct. I don't like someone taking a long time, because again, I know your time is valuable and so is mine. So you'll start to hear when you listen to people's live videos, or even when you're on and you start sharing your compelling stories, like you'll start to know when someone's telling a story or not. But you want to make sure you're crafting compelling stories that, again, are relatable to your audience, not stories that they don't care about. You want to make sure that that they are topics that people care about, and you want to make sure that it resonates with your audience. How do you know? You need to make sure that you know who your audience is. You have to be very specific. So that's why there's this thing called niching down and then specializing. And I used to work with a coach that was very, she really made sure that we all knew who we were working with. If it wasn't where it was in a specific niche, that it was a specialization of services. So if you are not specialized, if you are not niched down, you need to do that, because it could be the reason why your stories and any video or any content, really, at this point, we don't even have to talk about video. It could be the reason why none of your content resonates with anyone, and you're not seeing the results that you want to come from your content. Now, I did this results because for many of you, results for content are impressions, reactions. So it's, thumbs up emoji, a heart, or inside, or whatever the case is, or it's a comment. And when it comes to LinkedIn, one thing I want to let you know, the people who are heavy hitters, the ones who will work with you, especially women executives and consultants, you need to understand that these people may not even engage with any of your videos. They may watch them, but when I mean engagement, they're not going to comment or like. But what they will do is they will have someone schedule a call with you, hit you up in your DMs, or go straight to your website and purchase from you if you have it set up that way. So please make sure that you understand that, because I know a lot of people don't go live because they don't see the live people here first, or they don't see the views that they want, so they don't do it. And please, if anything, keep showing up on video because someone is watching you. Okay. So you definitely want to make sure that you are crafting those compelling stories, and a compelling story should feature like a beginning, a middle, and an end. And maybe you're not at the end part, like you're still going through the trenches and you're sharing a real-time story. That's also great. Those are the ones that we really want to know, because again, I said people are nosy and they want to see how they can relate to something. So you could be talking about anything. For instance, I could be talking about like my getting health journey, how there's always ups and downs. There's weight loss and inches going off, then the weight loss and inches are going in, and then trying to decide on what is it that is happening to where things are going up instead of going down. Is it like the diet? Is it the exercise? Is it the lack of sleep? Is it because someone's about to be hitting 40 soon, so everything starts to change? What are those things? That's stuff that people can relate to. So you want to know, like, we want to share those compelling stories. We want to make sure that they're, again, things that people want to know about. And when you share the stories, please make sure that you infuse your personality. Nobody wants to hear, what's that 80s movie where it's like Bueller? Is it Bueller? The name of the movie, it just leaves my mind. But we don't want to be talking monotone. We want to make sure that there's, smiling and talking, and the voice goes up and down, and sharing jokes, or laughing at yourself. I laugh at myself all the time when I'm doing a video. Like, I'll even leave the laugh in. If I'm doing a recorded video and I'm saying something, I'll leave the laugh in and I won't edit it out unless it's like me laughing like a hyena or something like that. Why? Because I know the content is relatable, and I want to show that you can have fun on video and enjoy yourself while doing it. And remember, this should be fun for you. It should not feel like a chore. So that's for that. Next, you want to make sure that you know the features for visibility. Now, this is a little bit deeper than what I would talk about on a live video, but this is what I would share, or what I do share with my clients. So when you go live, you want to know, the details of what to look for your live videos. So that way you know what live video did well and what didn't. So you want to look at like watch time, you want to look at like comments if there was any, or wasn't, if there weren't, that's okay because maybe someone just didn't have a chance to comment. You want to look at the things of how to increase the reach. Now, you definitely, there's a before and after process for a LinkedIn Live video, for any video. But for LinkedIn Live, there is a before, during, and after process. The before and the after are what's going to get people to watch your live videos. They're going to help your reach for that. And that's a feature. Well, it's not even a feature, but it's more of like every single time I do a live video, this is what I do. So that way the strategy and the process is streamlined. You know it like the back of your hand. And then it's like, okay, I see the results that I want from my live videos because my audience anticipates when I go live. My audience anticipates that I want them to comment. My audience anticipates that I, want them to watch, and I got them to watch because I did the before and I did the after. So that's very important. And what I mean by that is I mean by you saying, hey, I have a live video, and you marketing that live video up into the day and the time of the live video, and then afterwards making sure that people know that you did a live video. So when I posted this that I was talking about harnessing the power of LinkedIn Live and storytelling, what I did was I made sure that if someone commented, I let them know there was a replay. So if someone said, "Oh, I can't attend," I said, "Okay, that's fine, because you know what, girl? Look, I have a replay for you. As soon as this goes, we're done. The replay will be up because it's a LinkedIn Live video." So I had to remind people that it's a video, because again, LinkedIn has to where, like, folks are not remembering that a video stays up here and a audio, it goes away, which is ridiculous. And again, like, what sense does that make? Like, it doesn't really make any sense. So I'm looking down so that way I can see if there's comments and whatnot and stay on task and not forget anything. So you definitely want to make sure you do that. And then, like with my brand new on video strategy, or with video strategy, I show you how to market those things, get more views, and how to craft your storytelling process. So it's all streamlined. And before I even went live, guys, I did my own behind the scenes of what I do to prepare when I go live. And hopefully, you know, I do the little quick little edit stuff, and then I'll share it with you tomorrow that I was going to go live. So that is one of the things, is to make sure that you know the features, or you understand the process of sharing your expertise and engaging with your audience, so that way you're on live. And one of the ways to do it, again, is to make sure that your audience really enjoyed the topic that you're talking about. And how you know is by the impressions and the feedback that you got. So sometimes you'll have a live video or you'll have a regular video that won't be a hit. It just won't be. It won't resonate the way that it was. Maybe the topic should be rearranged. Maybe it's something that they don't care about. Some things will be a hit and some things won't. And that's okay. And we have to remember that. We just keep on going. Don't take like the first live video that you did and say, okay, this didn't work for me, because you don't know. And you also too need to give it a good 24 hours to really see things happen. One thing I've noticed for my audience, that a lot of them do a lot of LinkedIn stuff on the weekend. So I'll get more comments on the weekend because people are now like, they're not working, they're not running their business, they're not taking their kids to practices or dropping off and picking up from school. They do a lot more stuff on the weekend. I actually, when I check in on the weekends, I do the same thing. So my audience kind of mirrors the things that I do. So you want to just make sure that, you know, you keep doing a live video, you keep posting your videos, because people are still watching. So I understand that, you know, video content and showing up on video can be daunting. I know that when you get on camera, you can be unsure where to begin, but you need to know that you are not alone. And these are the strategies that I'm sharing with you to help you make sure you know, really harness live video in a way where it works for you. So one thing about LinkedIn is that the videos on LinkedIn, they live on the platform way longer than your carousel posts or your text posts, or even a post that has an image, okay? So from my own observation with myself and my clients, I know that your live video and your regular videos can last up to 2 weeks. That's like a minimum of how long they last. I don't see anyone's written post, whether it's a carousel or text with an image, more than 6 days. But I do see videos from 2 weeks ago, and that's even on my own newsfeed looking at other people's videos. So if you say, okay, Alicia, you know, I want to leverage video, live video, regular video content on the platform, but I'm, you know, what's this going to do? At least you know that it's going to last longer for you than your regular other posts will. And oftentimes all you have to do is take that content that was a hit with your audience, with your network. If it was a hit, turn around and then create video content from that same topic. A lot of times we gotta consume information in different ways. If you show up on video, imagine what you could be, where your brand could be versus where it's now with just the written text. So if you're looking for speaking opportunities, this is a great way to show that you are an expert and a thought leader, because you're saying these things, especially if you're trying to get on stage or land a podcast episode or get on someone else's live video show. So if y'all didn't catch it, I probably didn't mention it in the beginning, that this is the video visibility with Alicia live show. So if you're trying to get on someone's live show, but you don't know, you haven't shown up on video, that might be a problem. When someone is looking for someone to speak on their stage, they want to see that the person has already done it. They want to actually view that person's speech or tidbits or whatever the case is. So you want to use these live videos as a speaker's reel in a sense, or a library content where someone can say, okay, she's pitching, or we need someone to talk about this for us. Let's see what she has to offer. And then when you do so, they can say, okay, this is the right person that we need to come speak. Let's get in touch with them. Let's swipe the card and give them our money, and boom, there you go. Everybody's doing well, right? So we want to make sure that we understand that. So again, I know that is daunting, and I know that it's challenging, and the challenges are maybe you're not comfortable and confident on camera. Maybe you've done video before and it didn't work out for you because you didn't see the likes or the impressions or the comments that you wanted. Again, we can't base our success of a video on that. One thing I can tell you about LinkedIn over the years is that a lot of people who are the heavy hitters, who make the decisions, who are looking for something that you do, they don't always like and comment. They are observing you. So when you have, more videos, if you're consistent with posting a video or two a week, or if you're consistent with doing a live stream, once a week and then a video on another day, that's what they want. They want to see that consistency. So to overcome the challenges, you have to remember that where I am today, maybe I'm not satisfied. So maybe I need to step it up a notch. And the LinkedIn video and the LinkedIn Live videos, that will do so. So that's how you want to really overcome those challenges. So those are the things that live video will do for you. So now I'm going to open the floor up for questions. If anyone has a question, let me check because I've just been talking and all the things. If you are watching the replay and you have a question or a comment, make sure you put that below, and I will come back after the replay, because I love the replay viewers, and I will chat with you. I love that. It's absolutely fun. It's one of the best things. Like I said again, that replay viewers are gold. They're gold because they're very, very loyal, very. And they anticipate the videos that you come out with. They anticipate the live stream because they know that you're not going to give them fluff. One thing about me is I don't give fluff. One thing about my clients is I make sure that they don't give fluff either. Like, when we work together, I make sure they know what the topics are. They're very clear on their positioning. They're very clear on their message. They're very clear on who those ideal clients are. Because I don't want them just getting up and talking to a general audience. Yes, you will have people in your audience that you're not even there. They don't need your services. That's fine. But we want to make sure that the videos that you're recording and the live streams that you're doing, that they are for a specific audience. And for me, I said that I work with women consultants, I work with women executives, corporate professionals. Those are the specific people that I work with. So I'm not working with a truck driver. And that's okay. A truck driver who doesn't have their own business, they could watch. More watch time, more people watching, good. But we want to make sure that we're very specific in who it is we're creating the content for. We want to make sure that we're very clear on our messaging and our positioning, because these videos position us as the expert and the thought leader. So that's what we do. So if you have questions below, whether it's about live streaming, storytelling, or anything related to video content or personal branding, let me know and I will get to that. I'm going to hydrate again. And one thing I want to say is that if you don't see any comments while you're live or any questions, that's absolutely fine. That is okay. We have to remember that sometimes people can't make the live video because there's all different types of schedules. So maybe you might have someone who's watching you and they might be on the other side of the world. That's fine. Just remember that as long as you keep saying, hey, you ask compelling questions during your live video, that someone will comment and like afterwards. So don't be afraid if no one shows up. I don't care if I'm not talking to anyone, or if anyone I don't care if no one shows up when I'm live, because again, replay viewers are gold. I know people can watch at their own time, so it does not discourage me at all. So if you have found this live video insightful, valuable to you, please make sure that you share this with your audience, repost this on your feed, and let everyone know that you found these tips for harnessing the power of live streaming for storytelling to be very helpful to you, and how they can benefit from the live video as well. Don't be afraid to to showcase your stories, to showcase yourself on live video. If you're in an organization, do not be afraid to have your employees show up on live video and have conversations with your audience. Again, like, you hired these people to work for you, especially these women executives. You hired them to work for you. Let them showcase their talent. If they get opportunities for them, great. The more the merrier. We want people to succeed. We want them to grow and have success. So don't be afraid. If you're a woman executive and you're like, well, what if my organization doesn't like the fact that I'm doing this? Well, it's your personal brand and you're not doing anything that's wrong. So keep showing up on video. Now, if you say to yourself, okay, Alicia, you shared all this information. I want to leverage video. I want to leverage live streaming on LinkedIn to grow my personal brand and to grow my business so that I can position myself as an expert and get more opportunities, then let's work together. I do have spots available open for my video strategy sessions, where you come and we get to know about your business, and then you get a video strategy that helps you to show up on LinkedIn as an expert and position yourself for a thought leader, so that way you can have those speaking opportunities and get more clients. But if you say, hey, I need more than a session, I need to go from the beginning, I need to go to the end, I don't know how to put content together, I need, I have my niche down, or my specialization, but I want to make sure my positioning, my messaging is down. I want to make sure that I know the pre-production, the production and post-production. I want to make sure that I know how to get more people to me, and I know how to show up on camera with confidence. If that's something that interests you, then I need you to send me a DM, because we can work together in my brand new with video intensive program. And this program is designed for women executives and consultants that really want to have that positioning as a thought leader, so that way they can grow themselves, their personal brand on LinkedIn. It is an intensive, and then it is a 3-month program where we work together to have you show up on video, and it is live strategy with me, feedback, all the things. So if you're interested in that, send me a DM and let's get to working on you really going at the rest of quarter 2, quarter 3, and quarter 4 as that thought leader that is visible on LinkedIn, and getting those opportunities to come to them. So I don't see any questions, and that is perfectly fine. Again, if you are watching the replay and you have a question or you have a comment, an aha moment, just go ahead and comment that. So I just want to tell y'all, don't be afraid to embrace video. Don't be afraid to embrace it for your personal brand. Don't be afraid to show up and share that unique voice. That is what personal branding is saying, this is who I am, this is my beliefs, this is what I do for you as a service provider, as a consultant, as a women executive. Embrace who you are. Don't be afraid to show that, because there's a voice for everyone. There are not enough, like you can say, oh, well, there's too many people who do that. No, there's always room for more leaders. There's always room for more people that do what you do. You just have to pick a vehicle that helps you to stand out and showcase that, so that way you can get more opportunities. I would pick the day that everybody decides to do their lawn. I thought it was Thursday. It's Wednesday, I guess. I've had 3 people do this in the last whatever. So show up on video and let me know in the comments below what your takeaways were, what your aha moments are, if you had any questions, and I will be happy to chat with you and support you. So until the next Video Visibility with Alicia live stream show here on LinkedIn, have an awesome day. Keep showing up and build that personal brand, because maybe nobody else can do things the way that you do. Have a great day, everybody.